Hi, I'm Serena from Keys. I'm the Parent Workshop Coordinator here. Now, I work with parents and have been for a very long time, and over the years, I don't think I've met one parent that does not want their child to come to them and whenever they have a problem or they've done something wrong or they need help. Not one. We all want that for our kids, right? But did you know that there's a couple of pretty big barriers that can prevent that we probably don't even realise are happening? So I wanted to address these today. Yesterday, I was reminded by a young parent of the three most important words. I'd read this a very long time ago, and she reminded me the three most important words: not I love you, no matter what. No matter what. These words are very important when it comes to overcoming the barriers and encouraging our children to come to us. So there's two ways that this can play out. The first one is in relation to your feelings. How are you feeling? You're a parent. You're going to have worries. You're going to have stresses. There's going to have things that weighing on you. And it doesn't matter how much you try and hide that, your kids will pick up on it. They'll pick up on your tone, your body language, some of the language you might use that you're not even aware of. You might be more sleepy, you might be more tired, you might be a little bit more grumpy on some days, and they'll pick up on that. And even if you try and hide that with a smile, what you're feeling in here is different to what you're showing on here, so there's no congruency. So that leads to a bit of confusion. And you may be surprised to know that children as young as 11 months or even younger can pick up on these signs. Now, for young children, they believe that they're responsible. It's their fault that you're grumpy. It's their fault that you're stressed. They've done something wrong. For older children, they may not blame themselves, but it makes them less likely to come to you because their stuff is not as important as yours, because you're the adult, so therefore your worries are bigger and much more important than theirs. So you can see how your mood and your mental health does have an impact on your kids. This doesn't mean you're not allowed to be stressed, right? What it does mean is that you need to be open about it and discuss it with your kids, because when you do that, because guess what? Your kids are going to have worries too, and they're going to grow up and they're going to have problems and things, and they need to know that that's okay. It's part of life. And so we can help them build resilience, and we can help them to be more comfortable around us, to come to us by just being honest about it. So it might be something like, you may have noticed that lately I've been sleeping a lot or crying a lot, or I've been a bit more grumpy, or I seem to be more distracted. I'm just going through a bit of a hard time at the moment. But you need to know that it's not your fault. You have done nothing wrong. And no matter what happens, and no matter what you're going through, your stuff is always going to be more important than mine. And you need to know that you can come to me no matter what. This is really important. Now, you may or may not want to explain what's happening. It really depends on the age of the child and how appropriate it is. You don't want to be, and you might downplay it a little bit, but the kids need to know, your children need to know that you're okay, you're going to be okay, you've got help, you've got people supporting you. And most importantly, their stuff is not less important than yours, and that you are available no matter what. And that you might be a bit distracted, you may not see their cues straight away. Give them permission to maybe just speak a bit louder or repeat it, but I'm going to try really hard to be aware. And do that, try really hard to be aware. The second barrier to children coming to us is that because they love us, they want to please us, they may be worried about our reaction, they don't want to disappoint us. And especially when you've got a child who's neurodiverse, like they might be on the autism spectrum or have ADHD, they're going to be hearing a lot of negatives about themselves at school and from other kids. They're always in trouble for something. So they need to know that they can come to you no matter what. That they can tell you anything, no matter what. This is actually the second theme of the Protective Behaviours Program. We can talk with someone, not to, with someone, so that's a two-way communication, and there's engagement there. We can talk with someone about anything, no matter how big or small. Now that how big or small is important, because children will either underestimate or overestimate how important something is. So they might be overreactive, or they might just underreact and just think that's not that important, particularly when it comes to them knowing that you've got your own stuff going on. So they'll, oh no, my stuff's not as important as yours. Or they'll test you. And this is a very common one. They will test you with the little things to see how you respond to the little things, and that'll show them how much they can come to you with the bigger things. So be available, listen, look for the cues, and be self-aware. This is really important. In a Circle of Security program, parental state of mind, being aware of what your state of mind is what leads to the most secure connection with your children. Because otherwise there's a lot of stuff going on in the background that distracts us, and then we don't hear our kids. So remember that, no matter what. Until next time. Thank you for listening.